To the fifth lecture of Digital Signal Processors and Architectures. In this lecture, we'll discuss some of the key points which are required for the computational accuracy in digital signal processor implementations. Starting with the first one, we'll talk about the number formats. So we already know that in DSP, either to represent the signals or to represent the filter coefficients, we need numbers. So how do we represent these discrete sets of numbers that are required to represent signals and filter coefficients? Basically, there are two types of formats available to represent the numbers. One is the fixed point format and the other one is the floating point format. Coming to the fixed point format, either the fixed point can be represented in an integer format and also for the fractional format. So starting with the first one, fixed point integer format, this is one of the simplest scheme available, and also the number, as we have just now discussed, the number can be represented either as an integer or as a fraction. Now coming to this fixed point signed integer, this is the range of the fixed point integer format. So the range lies from minus 2 power n minus 1 to 2 power n minus 1 minus 1. And the representation of the number is x equal to minus s 2 power n minus 1 plus b n minus 2 2 power n minus 2 and so on till b 0 2 power 0. Here s represents the sign of the number. If it's a positive number, s is equal to 0, and if it's a negative number, s is equal to 1. Depending on the value of n. N is n-bit fixed point integer. So depending on the number n, we'll get the equivalent value for x. For example, if n equal to 3, if we require a 3-bit number. So what is the range of this is? So we have just now seen the range as minus 2 power n minus 1 to 2 power n minus 1 minus 1. So as n is 3, once we substitute it, we are getting the range from minus 4 to 3. So our x belongs to this set from minus 4 to till 3. This is the range of a 3-bit fixed point integer number. Now how can we represent the number x equal to minus 2? So coming to the representation, here we can see by assigning the values appropriately to this s, bn minus 2, bn minus 3 and so on, we'll get the value of this x. So to get the value of x equal to minus 2, so starting with this, s is 1 for the negative number. So we have minus 1 and 2 power 2 and so on till 0. So when you calculate this, we are getting x value as 110, which is the representation of x equal to minus 2 in fixed point integer format. Now when we talk about the fixed point fractional format, the range of fixed point fractional format lies from minus 1 to 1 minus 2 power minus n minus 1. And the representation of the number is, here also s stands for the sign and s is 0 for a positive number and 1 for a negative number. So minus s 2 power 0 plus b minus 1 2 power minus 1 and so on. So here it is b n minus of n minus 2 2 power minus of n minus 2 plus the last term we have is b minus of n minus 1 2 power minus of n minus 1. Now if you see an example, suppose n equal to 3. So we are considering initially the range. What happens to the range if n equal to 3? So substituting this n equal to 3 in the range, we are getting the range as minus 1 to 3 by 4. So our number will belong to the set which consists of minus 1, minus 3 by 4, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 4, 0, 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. This is the representation of what we have because n equal to 3. So we have minus s 2 power 0 plus b minus 1 2 power minus 1 plus b minus 2 2 power minus 2. We'll talk about the precision in the next lecture. Now, if we see how can we represent a number x equal to 1 by 4 using fixed point fractional format. So here if we observe x equal to, we are considering these 3 bits. So x is 1 by 4. So 0 to power 0 plus 0 to power minus 1 plus 1 to power minus 2. If you calculate this, you are going to get the value of 1 by 4. So the representation for fixed 1 by 4 in terms of fixed point fractional format is 0, 0, 1. Now this is the representation of fixed point signed integers and also fixed point signed fractions. So we can see here, this is a bit 0, bit 1 and so on till n minus 1, because we are discussing about a n bit fixed point format. So b0, b1, b2 and so on bn minus 2, whereas n minus 1th bit will be the sign of the number. Similarly, when we see the signed fractions, so bit 0, 1, 2 and so on till n minus 1, n minus 1th bit will be the sign, and here depending on the numbers which we are given, b minus 1 and so on, b minus of n minus 3 till b minus of n minus 1. So this concludes fixed point format. Now when we talk about the floating point format, whenever we have large number of bits to be represented, fixed point format is actually not sufficient, where we go for floating point format. So the representation of floating point format is, here we can see x equal to mx 2 power ex, where m stands for the mantissa and e stands for the exponent. So when we want to do the product of two floating point numbers, like x equal to mx 2 power ex and y is my 2 power ey. So when I want to do the multiplication of x and y, it becomes x into y. So mx my 2 power ex plus ey. So this shows that for a floating point multiplier, we require a multiplier for multiplying the mantissa, and you require an adder for adding the exponents. And also, whenever we talk about a floating point adder, we basically require to do the normalization of numbers, because whenever you want to add the two numbers which have the exponents, you can do the addition only if both of them have the same exponents. So to do the numbers or to represent the numbers in the same exponents, we do a process called normalization, where we try to represent like x plus y, which have two different exponents. We try to make them having the same exponent. Then the addition of floating point numbers is possible. Coming to the representation, like how do we represent a floating point number? A commonly used single precision floating point representation is IEEE 754 format, which is given like this: x equal to minus 1 power s into 2 power e minus bias into 1 plus f, whereas s stands for sign, e stands for exponent, which is a biased exponent, and f is a significant. So when we talk about this f, basically it represents the magnitude fraction of mantissa, significant in the sense. All are in unsigned fixed point format. So the number of bits that are reserved, because totally this floating point format is of 32-bit format. So 1 bit is reserved for sign, 8 bits for the exponent, and 23 bits are being used for the magnitude portion of mantissa. So when we see here, f, as I already told you, e is the biased exponent. So biased exponent in the sense, the bias has to be chosen, or the bias makes sure that the exponent is signed to represent both the small and larger numbers. As here we have 8 bits for the exponent. So you can see here the bias is set to 127, because this is the largest positive number represented by 8 minus 1 bits. And s is the sign that is representing the sign of the fractional part of the number. If you see an example, find the decimal equivalent of the floating point number, binary number, with the bias given as 7, 2 power 3 minus 1. And this is the floating point binary number given for us. So if we see here, 1 represents the sign and the next 4 bits represent the biased exponent and the remaining bits represent the significand. So now we have to calculate the decimal equivalents of the significand and biased exponents. So F is whatever numbers we have here. 0 into 2 power minus 1 plus 0 into 2 power minus 2 and so on till the last one plus 0 into 2 power minus 8, which gives the value as 0.109375. And when we talk about the exponent, so same thing here, exponent is 0 into 2 power 3, it's a fixed point integer format, plus 1 into 2 power 2 and so on, which gives the value as 6. So finally, when I want to represent the number x, represent the number, basically we are going for this format, minus 1 to the power of s into 2 power e minus bias into 1 plus f. So using this format, if you see here, minus 1 to the power of 1 we have into whatever the this significant portion we are getting, and we have 1 plus f we are doing. So 1 plus this will give us 1.109375 into 2 power e minus bias. So 2 power e value we are getting as 6 and the bias value is 7. So 2 power 6 minus 7, which gives the value as total value of x. The decimal equivalent of x is minus 0.5546875. So this is how a decimal equivalent of a floating point binary number can be calculated. The last, a sort of conclusion, like what is the disadvantage of using floating point when you instead of fixed point is basically the floating point. We have already seen that to do the floating point multiplication, you require addition of exponents and multiplication of mantisas. And to do the addition of floating point, we require the exponents to be normalized. So forming these tasks will basically give a reduction in speed. This is one of the main disadvantage we have for floating point over fixed point. Thank you. We'll continue in the next lecture.